I think Chatham athletes are courageous, competitive, smart. I only have 3 words, right? I could give them lots more, but those are 3 wonderful ones. And what do our athletes contribute to the campus and to Chatham? Really so much. I was here before we had NCAA programs and now, and the difference is really enormous. The Chatham athletes truly are among the most academically qualified and successful students on this campus. So they are a great example academically. They're a great example of how engagement tends to encourage students to stay because they stay in higher percentages than other students. They're wonderful examples of how teamwork and competition and individual respect can all fit together. And they bring an enormous spirit and pride and a real connection for the community. We're very proud of them. They play collectively and individually very, very strong leadership roles.
Chatham student athletes are passionate, dedicated, and involved. Many of our student athletes are involved as orientation leaders, resident assistants, and presidents of student organizations.
Our student athletes, I love them so much. They are so fun and hungry. These kids can eat up a storm.
So various ways in which student athletes contribute to the campus community. One is that they foster a sense of pride in Chatham. Go Cougars. Another way that they help this community is that they bring the various members of the community together. So at various games I have seen parents and grandparents and siblings, as well as faculty members and staff members and students. Another way that they are fabulous for this institution is that they represent us well at the various games. And if I could choose 3 adjectives to describe Chatham Scholar athletes, it would be 1, they are passionate about their sport. 2, they are outstanding representatives of the Chatham community. And 3, they are just fun to watch.
You know, they certainly gave the campus, you know, a lot of texture of activities, and they foster a sense of identity. Bring faculty together, bring students together to participate in, you know, to observe the matches, the games. It creates a sense of community. Yeah, athlete students are among the best students we have. They are healthy, organized, and disciplined, and very driven.
So I think that athletes contribute to the Chatham community in all sorts of ways. They're very engaged, they're very committed, they're very disciplined, and we see them in their sports, we see them in the classroom, and we see them in all sorts of extracurricular activities. They're very lively, they're very willing to do anything for their peers, and they're certainly willing to step up in the classroom. So I think they're a contributing member of the community in all sorts of ways.
I see the students every day here in Anderson, and I think they're very happy here. And I think that if you gave me 3 words to describe them, they're very athletic, they're very test-oriented, and I think that they'd be a great asset to your school.
Well, we have many student athletes on staff who are so supportive of our residents and always there. Sometimes we feel like they're a little too involved because they're in a little bit of everything, honestly.
We definitely think that they're entertaining, they're motivating, and they have way too much energy.
But it keeps us going, and we appreciate and love them.
Chatham student athletes are very committed to our campus, and they're very highly visible. I see them involved in student organizations. They're always willing to build morale and help other students. 3 adjectives that I would use to describe athletes would be scholarly, committed, and spirited.
I think student athletes make Chatham a more exciting place to be. I think that they inspire pride in where we go, and I think they get us excited and revved up. Driven, motivated, and inspiring.
I see them doing a lot of things. Like they're always bringing me back to the issues that they belong here. They always bring those things back to me. They're always cleaning up downstairs from me, which I don't need them to do that, but whatever. The 3 words that I would describe them: they're very fun, loving people. They're very exciting, and I don't know, like I just love being around these people. Like they're just everyday people, I guess. Like they're nice people.
Chatham athletes contribute to the Chatham community by bringing a level of passion to the work that they do here as athletes. They draw attention to our campus because of their pursuit of excellence in their sports. And they're part of all of the campus fabric. They are important elements of our classroom. They're important in our co-curricular activities. And Chatham athletes are very well represented in community work and all the things that are central to Chatham's mission. 3 adjectives to describe Chatham athletes are persistent, collaborative, and intense.
The ways that I think that Chatham student athletes contribute to the larger campus community are in the areas of leadership and teamwork, and I believe that they represent Chatham to the larger community, whether on other campuses or as hosts to their competitors. And I think that they are provide an example to the rest of us about being part of something bigger than themselves.
Well, what I appreciate about Chatham student athletes and their contributions to campus is certainly their dedication. I think that college athletics is a wonderful place to learn leadership skills, and I think those leadership skills that you learn on the court and with your teammates, or on the field or on the ice, translate to lots of other aspects of campus. What I appreciate about Chatham athletes is that their engagement in our campus community is not limited to their sport. That you see them in the student government office, that you see them in campus leadership positions like ambassador and RA in student organizations, and that I think really just brings a nice rich experience to the student athletes experience, but also to our campus. And so I guess my 3 words to describe student leaders, or the 3 words that I would use to describe Chatham athletes would be leaders, that they're dedicated, and that they're incredibly supportive. As I go to lots of athletic events, to see athletes from all the sports supporting their fellow Chatham athletes, I think is really important to our campus community.
I was recently at a cross-country meet, and we were all standing around the tent. There were about 15 or 20 of us there to support the team, and we were having a pretty good time. We were playing cornhole with the little Carson, the cougar, throwing at the hole, and these little kids came over from another team, and there were about 2 or 3 other teams with tents near ours. The little kids came over, and they were all playing cornhole with us, and all of the parents who were there supporting their daughters came together, and we all, in the different teams, talked to each other and played with the kids, and it was a lot of fun. The student athletes are very hardworking, they're very dedicated, and they have great time management skills.
Okay, well, because of the D3 mission, which is student first, right, student athlete, I think the student athletes in my classroom and in the community at large here at Chatham, they bring a sense of urgency and rigor about their schoolwork, for sure. And the same determination that gets them up at 5 in the morning for practice every day for an entire semester for years in a row, right? I just made it sound really attractive, I know. That same determination they bring to the classroom. Sometimes immediately after they've practiced or immediately before a game. I mean, I think they just take things very seriously, but because of that team aspect, they're willing to have fun and make the classroom an open, engaged, lighthearted experience at the same time that it's really rigorous. So they bring that, and they're just generally, the student athletes here I think are generally really committed to extracurricular events and activities. They're just used to that. they got into sports because they're willing to, I mean, that was the first extracurricular for them, so joining other clubs, being willing to be in orientation, that's just part of their lifestyle. It's not a huge leap for them, so that's been really cool to see. And just getting other people on board to that same level of interaction on the campus. And so 3 adjectives, I would say: committed, enthusiastic, this is more than one word, willing to work their butts off. And infectious on that level. You know, they transmit that to the rest of the school, I think.
We love our student athletes!
We are celebrating the 2nd annual Division III week, April 8th through 14th. The NCAA's largest division is home to more than 175,000 student athletes who dedicate themselves to rigorous academics, competitive athletics, and the opportunity to pursue other passions on and off campus. This special week is an opportunity for us to observe and celebrate the impact of our student athletes on our campus and in the surrounding community. During the week, this Division III member will be holding at least one activity highlighting academic achievement, athletic accomplishment, or campus and community involvement. We already conduct recognition programs and community service activities throughout the year, but Division III week is the perfect opportunity to build on these efforts. These types of activities will be happening on campuses across Division III, having a powerful impact on the division's efforts to tell this story across the nation. Look for more information about Division III week activities on this website, and please join us in celebrating our outstanding Division III student athletes.